Tragedy just struck on the set of a major Hollywood film. On Thursday, October 21, 2021, producer and actor Alec Baldwin discharged a prop gun that somehow ended up killing one crew member while injuring another on the set of the upcoming film Rust near Santa Fe, New Mexico. The shooting took place at the Bonanza Creek Ranch, a site often used for Western film and TV show productions, and according to the Santa Fe Sheriff Department, it happened at 1:50 Mountain Time. The director of photography, Halyna Hutchins, died of her injuries. She was only 42. The director of the film, Joel Souza, was injured but will likely survive. He was rushed to the hospital via ambulance and received emergency care. In a statement released by a spokesperson for Baldwin, a few more details were given about this horrific accident. While the gun involved was loaded with blanks, apparently it had misfired. Production on the film has also taken a pause for the time being, and Baldwin's rep says the safety of the film's crew remains everyone's top priority. In a report put out by the Santa Fe New Mexican newspaper, Baldwin had reportedly been seen standing outside of the Santa Fe County Sheriff's office in tears, but when attempts were made to ask him about the situation, he didn't comment. NBC published these images showing Baldwin standing in the parking lot outside the sheriff's office. In one of these photos, Baldwin is seen looking very distressed, bent over by the curb. In another, he's seen talking to someone on the phone. A representative for Halyna Hutchins declined to comment as well. After she was shot, she was airlifted to the University of New Mexico Hospital, where she was pronounced dead later that afternoon. At the moment, no charges have been filed, and the investigation is still ongoing. Sheriff's deputies arrived on the scene shortly after the incident took place, responding to a 911 call about a shooting on set. According to a tweet put out by Frances Fisher, one of the film's stars, Souza has since been released from the hospital, though that has yet to be confirmed. Filming for Rust began on October 6th, and according to the New Mexico Film Office, the production is employing 75 crew members, 22 actors, and 230 other individuals who are background talent. The film is about a 13-year-old boy and his grandfather who go on the run after getting sentenced to death by hanging for the accidental killing of a rancher in the late 19th century. According to her official bio on her website, Hutchins was born in Ukraine and was raised on a Soviet military base in the Arctic Circle, where she was surrounded by majestic reindeer and nuclear subs. In Ukraine, Hutchins studied journalism and worked as an investigative journalist, contributing to British documentaries produced in Europe. She then migrated to LA, where she continued her studies at the American Film Institute. Her Instagram account further describes her as an adrenaline junkie as well as a restless dreamer. One of her most recent posts was a group photo of the cast and crew of Rust on set in New Mexico. Hutchins had previously worked as a director of photography on the film Arch Enemy, which starred Joe Megalomania and was released in 2020. Arch Enemy's director Adam Egypt Mortimer posted a tweet expressing his sadness over losing Hutchins, saying he was infuriated that this could happen on a set. He went on to describe Hutchins as a brilliant individual deeply committed to art and cinema. Baldwin is best known for his portrayal of Jack Donaghy on NBC's 30 Rock, as well as his impersonation of President Donald Trump on SNL. On Thursday, before the shooting happened, Baldwin posted a photo of himself on Instagram with a fake wound on his abdomen. That post has since been deleted. At the moment, it's unclear how the accident happened, but it's not the first time such a tragedy has taken place on a Hollywood set. Keep watching to learn about 2 other times that actors have been shot in similar ways. But first, be sure to give us some support by liking this video and subscribing to FactsVerse for more. Brandon Lee was shot by a prop gun while filming The Crow. One of the most notorious and tragic film set accidents occurred on the set of the American Gothic superhero film The Crow in 1993. Actor Brandon Lee, son of Bruce Lee, was killed when a prop gun loaded with a dummy round misfired and struck him in the stomach, hitting his aorta. The scene that was being filmed involved Lee's character walking in on a group of gang members as they were murdering his fiancée on the evening before their wedding day. When the killers saw Lee, they were supposed to shoot him. Reportedly, a series of unfortunate blunders led to the dummy cartridge getting jammed in the barrel of the gun. Michael Massey was the actor who fired the gun at Lee, and because the cartridge was stuck in the barrel, it fired just as an actual gun would have. Lee was rushed to a nearby hospital and underwent several hours of surgery, but sadly, he didn't make it. The remainder of the film was completed using a stunt double and CGI. Shannon Lee, Brandon's sister, tweeted Thursday after the deadly incident in New Mexico that no one should ever be killed by a gun on a film set. John Eric Hexum died by a self-inflicted gunshot to the head on the set of Cover Up. On October 12, 1984, the cast and crew of the CBS Adventure TV series Cover Up were shooting the 7th episode, Golden Opportunity, at the 20th Century Fox lot. Hexum's character had a scene that required him to load bullets into a .44 Magnum handgun, and he was given a functional gun and some blanks. After the scene didn't play out as the director would have liked, there was a brief delay in filming. Hexum became irritable and restless and began horsing around to lighten the mood. At one point, he unloaded the gun except for one blank round and pretended to play Russian roulette. After spinning it, he put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger, completely unaware he was putting himself in great danger. Blank rounds are made with plastic or paper shells called waddings that seal in the gunpowder, and this material can still be propelled from the barrel of a gun with a significant amount of force. At point-blank range, especially at one's temple or eye or other sensitive part of the body, a blank can still inflict a great deal of damage. When Hexum discharged the gun, the paper cartridge, while not penetrating his skull, still managed to shatter a quarter-sized section of his skull and lodge those pieces into his brain, resulting in severe hemorrhaging. He was immediately rushed to Beverly Hills Medical Center, where he underwent surgery. Sadly, just 6 days after the incident, Hexum was declared brain dead. His mother gave doctors permission to fly her son's body on life support to San Francisco, where his heart was transplanted into a 36-year-old patient at California Pacific Medical Center. His kidneys also helped save 2 people's lives, and his corneas helped give people sight. One went to a 66-year-old man and the other to a young girl. One of his kidneys was given to a critically ill boy who was only 5. The other kidney was given to a 43-year-old grandmother who had been waiting for a kidney for 8 years. His skin was reportedly used to help treat a 3-year-old boy who sustained third-degree burns. While his death was senseless and tragic, at least something good came of it. Hexum's character on Cover Up was written out of the show, explaining he'd been killed off screen while on assignment. He was replaced by actor Anthony Hamilton, but the show was canceled not long after. Before his death, Hexum had starred in the NBC time travel show Voyagers. He also starred with Joan Collins in the made-for-TV film Making of a Male Model. How to prevent further tragedies. According to Hollywood guidelines, only prop firearms loaded with blanks are allowed on set. There also needs to be a minimum safety distance of 20 feet in front of the muzzle because, as we learned from Hexum's case, even a blank can exert a great deal of force. And not only that, but smoke and burning embers can also be propelled from the gun, which could result in burns. Nothing should ever be in front of a prop firearm while filming. The prop weapons should likewise be thoroughly inspected before and after each scene. There should also be an educational safety briefing for cast and crew as part of the protocol. Now it's time to hear from you. Were you aware of the deadly accidents involving actors Brandon Lee and John Eric Hexum? What are your thoughts about the most recent tragedy? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to FactsVerse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.